All right, Marcus, you set a franchise record for punt returns today, yardage-wise. Just let's begin with the first one. It seemed like you gave your team a spark. What was your thinking? Take us through that, and how good did it feel to get into the end zone?
Yeah, first off, man, it's a blessing. They told me about that after the game, and I was like, I wasn't thinking about that. But no, that's crazy. But the first punt, the main thing that I always think about is getting the first down. That's the first thing that I was thinking about, and just getting the offense in a great position. I had someone on my leg for a little minute, but then I got out and I was like, let me try to find some blocking and everything. But I commend my teammates because they never stopped whenever, they could. And, they blocked the guys that they need to block for sure to end up opening up lanes. So.
Down the front with Mack.
Marcus, does breaking that first tackle open things up in a different way? And are you aware of that as it's happening? Because when they're holding you up, the guys are going over to try to finish you off, whereas opposed to if you're in open space, they're trying to cover ground.
Yeah, a lot of guys, whenever one person is getting held, they're either trying to get the ball or, do big hits and stuff like that. So being able to get out of that first tackle helps out from the sense of getting to the edge and then, go from there.
Is it just instinctive stuff for not only you but for the guys in front of you to start figuring out who to block then when the initial plan changes?
We always talk about it as a special team unit. If you have a guy that you can't block, go to the next level. So next level is a big thing because sometimes when you get through the first wave, it's like, all right, let me get the guys that can chase from behind or things like that because most of the time when returners they're running, they might cut back and things like that. So.
Hey, Marcus, congrats on your big day today.
Appreciate it.
On the broadcast, they were surprised you didn't fair catch the punt that you took back.
Yeah.
It was pretty deep. Do you have, given your skills, do you have, special rules with the coaches that you're allowed to return more? Or did you think about fair catching there? Or, what went through your mind, I guess?
I'm pretty ruthless back there. So mainly what I kind of worry about is the gunners. If the gunners are blocked, then I'm like, all right, I can kind of return it. So I had a little bit of space, and I was just like, man, I know those guys trust me a lot and everything, and I trust them, to make the right blocks. So we kind of went from there.
At the back here with John.
Hey, Marcus. I couldn't believe that you didn't fair catch it either. But on the return there, once you got to the sideline, obviously you guys had set up the return. Once you got into open space, what's your mindset there? Obviously you want to finish, but you're also hoping that the guys, you mentioned the gunners that aren't blocking, don't get a piece of a guy from behind. What's your mindset there as you're making that cut and trying to get vertical?
It's pretty simple. Run fast. Don't get caught. That's the main thing that I kind of think about.
Down the front here with Brendan.
Marcus, your punt return 3 years ago, it basically won the game against the Jets. This one, it started 42 unanswered points. Just talk about your impact on the game in terms of what happened afterwards.
Yeah, like I said, the first down is the main thing that I kind of think about. But, having the momentum, especially at home, it drives everyone. And basically we're like, hey, we started off with that, but now we need to add on from there. So I'm glad, to end up sparking the team and kind of going from there. So.
And down the front with Mike Giardi.
Marcus, I have to ask you about the second one, the long one, the punter.
Yeah.
Are you gonna hear about this for a long time?
For sure.
How'd that play?
Yeah. So whenever it happened, and what's crazy is usually when someone gets tackled, they get tackled right then and there. But I got clipped and then ran and fell. And I was just like, ooh, I know they're going to say some stuff about me in the meeting room. So I'm going to hear it from there. I'm going to hear it from my family. But it's part of the game and everything. So, yeah.
In the middle with Alex.
Hey, Marcus, just on the two returns kind of together, are there things you see on the first one that, okay, this worked so I can go back to it? Or are you looking for adjustments when you go back out for that next one? How hard is it to have a second big punt return in a game after they've already seen kind of what you can do on a first big one?
Yeah, it's a chess game. You do run one return and you take account. And also I asked my teammates, what did they ended up doing on this? Are they trying to get outside or are they trying to, run straight to the ball? So I kind of, talk to my gunners and talk to my guys that's on the punt return team, and then we take account for it.
And we'll do last question with Mike Reese.
You might have already answered this, I apologize, but just what changed defensively, from the first drive to you guys settling down from your view?
Yeah, communication. as the game go on, of course, we don't want the guys to score at all, but whenever we do get back to the sideline, we make the adjustments and just communicate and then play our football. That's the main thing. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Everybody's so comfortable. So how y'all doing?
Just your thoughts on getting a team victory, but also your quarterback said a little bit a while ago, said on your day, said he looked a little faster than I thought when he was talking about you. Just kind of, what was the day like for you and this football team getting a win?
It was explosive. Obviously, we wanted to start fast. It was something that we had to point of emphasis back to the basics after last week. I think we just wanted to come out and be us. It was a big thing of just being us and falling in the trap of, what's in front of us or what's behind us. Being us was crucial, and he had a hell of a day. He's a good quarterback. He's starting to come along, as you can see. He looks sharp out there. I'm just excited for the future and just want to keep building off. I look forward to going to work tomorrow, watching the things that I could have done better. I kind of already know. I was a little hard on myself about it. I try to have a perfect day, but, things aren't perfect. But I'm super excited for what's to come.
An honest comment?
Me being a little faster, it's in spurts, man. Show it here and there.
Stefon, I'm just curious. It was your, I think, 37th game with over 100 receiving yards. What allowed for you to have that type of production today out in the field?
Quarterback finding an open man, O-line blocking really well. Receivers getting open. I'm not by myself out there, so I'm just trying to do my job. I kind of stressed that over the past couple of weeks, and since I've been talking to y'all since training camp, as far as just doing my job, I think it's going to turn. It's always going to turn. The tide will turn, and after the past couple of weeks, I think just blocking and doing the extra stuff and doing the little things always open up for you. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of guys that can make a lot of explosive plays, as you can see today. The running backs play their tails off, and then even the tight ends always hooping. So. I feel like just being a receiver out there, it's a lot of weapons out there, and me doing my job is enough. So that's all it was. Team football, good complementary football. A lot of short fields, too, because of Marcus. Shout out to Marcus.
Mark Daniels and Chris Price in the front row.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, Stefon. Why is it important for you to give the pregame speeches, and what was your message to the team today?
I feel like it was hard for me. Through the past couple of weeks, I kind of want to do more. I want to show more. I want to, be a leader. But I feel like it comes from consistency, especially in practice and, guys leaning on you and trusting you that you're doing the right thing all the time. I feel like part of being a leader is being accountable, you know what I'm saying? And not when everybody's around, just accountable full time, full circle, and holding guys to a standard. But you can't hold guys to a standard if you're not holding yourself. So that's the biggest thing for me. It's important for me to start a pregame speech because I want to get everybody going. I'm a high energy guy, charismatic guy. I come with a lot of energy and a lot of passion. So I feel like that's part of the reason why they brought me here, is to be that guy. So I'm just trying to be myself.
Looking ahead, what are you expecting?
I'll also defer to anybody if they want to do the pregame speech. I ain't mad at them.
Looking ahead, what are you expecting this Sunday night, coming in this Sunday night against Buffalo?
It's gonna be a crazy atmosphere. Obviously, I've spent a lot of years there. You know what I'm saying? They got one of the best fan bases in the game, if not the best fan base. So shout out to them. I just feel like it's gonna be exciting. I feel like we gotta do the same thing we did last week, get back to the basics. They're a hell of a football team. It's in the division. The division they say is one game, but it damn near count as two, and it's hard to win on the road. So we gotta go in with the right mindset. Playing a real good football team, well-coached football team, and a lot of good players over there. Shout out to Josh. So I look forward to the challenge. I know the guys look forward to the challenge. It's gonna be good for us. Good test for us.
Steph, all the way to the right here. If you could just walk us through the two big ones, the crosser and the back shoulder, just what did you see on those plays?
Same stuff we tried in practice as far as finding the open space. It's not, I try not to make it sound like damn near rocket science. I've been doing this for a long time, and just being where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be there, being reliable, trying to build that consistency with Drake. I feel like the consistency brings that confidence, from the receiver position. Quarterbacks like seeing guys open. So, and he has a hell of a ball, you know what I'm saying? Very catchable ball. So I just try to do my job.
Mike Reese in the back.
Stefon up here. Talked about, or you've talked about eating what's on your plate, making sure you don't leave any crumbs.
Exactly.
What did your plate look like after this one?
I left something out there. That one now I probably could have came back and tried to catch the ball, trying to get on the same page. It's that game inside the game. The things that you see, the things that you got to react fast and, being available for the quarterback. So, and when I say eating what's on my plate, it's not just routes and stuff like that. I had a play where I lined up wrong early on. I had to get up lined up late. So you know, it's everything that ties into it. So I try to play a perfect game so I can be the example, so I can be a leader. So when it comes down to getting open, catch the ball, they pay me to do that. I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm going to continue to do so. So I'm super excited. I look forward to getting back to work. You know, so after the game, that's the only thing that's been on my mind is getting back to work tomorrow, you know, correcting little things. As long as it's not effort and finish, I'm confident.
Hi, Steph.
Hey, what's up?
I know you've had quite a few games like this over the course of your career, but a few. Given where you're coming from post ACL surgery, how important was a game like this for you to have going forward?
It's such a football is it's a loyal sport, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't cheat the process. You can't cheat the game. You got to put the time in. You got to put the effort in. And I feel like it's been a slow build up throughout the past couple of weeks. And I had to keep my eyes on in the front of me, you know what I'm saying, not what's behind me. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I fought back. I was injured, you know what I'm saying? It was something that weighed on me for a long time. And I was just fighting to get back, you know, fighting to get back and be on another team and, you know what I'm saying, prove it again. Not only prove it to everybody else, but prove it to myself. I knew that I could do it, you know what I'm saying? I was confident, but when things like this turn the corner, like it's like when you work extremely hard and you're consistent and you don't waver, and the tide turns just like this. This is why you're consistent. This is why you don't waver. This is why you don't flinch. My biggest thing is I don't flinch. Like no matter what's going on around me, my forward focus is ball. I love ball. So when things like this happen, it's just the consistency and the hard work. And when it pays off, it's like, all right, now get your back to work. You know, obviously it feels good in the moment. I'm gonna enjoy it for 12 hours, not even 24, and then we just gonna get back to work. Thank you.
Hey, Steffi, you were just talking about, you know, turning the corner, the tide turns. How much better do you feel today than you did in week one or even over the summer?
It's just crazy because, you know, I'm getting tackled in week one and I hadn't been tackled in so many months, but wanting that contact and missing that contact, you know, if you play football, you got to be a little crazy. I think I'm a lot of crazy, but, you know, we'll figure that out later. So it's a tale of two ends, like putting in that time, putting in that grind, being on a new team and, you know, throughout camp, like, I feel like as hard as you grind, you don't know what it's going to be till the season's here. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has a lot to say about this, that, and the third. But when that season gets here, that's when the pedal hits the metal. And I feel like you get your confidence from, you know, growing within the system and getting used to a system, getting used to a quarterback. And all these things are brand new to me, seeing that I'm on a new team. But I feel like my focus has always been grinding, and I'm going to figure it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got to put the work in regardless, but it's a tale of two ends. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to put the work in, and probably going to work a little extra harder now just because going right, excuse my language, things going right, you can't relax and you can't get complacent.
Stefon, right over here. How would you categorize your comfort level in the offense now, especially after today, your first big game in the Patriots uniform? How would you categorize your comfort level in the system right now?
5 out of 10. You know, take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, having success is not, it's week to week. You know what I'm saying? It's been a slow ramp up or build up that I didn't even notice through these past 4 weeks. So coming out of the quarter of the season, the first quarter, 2-2 is not bad. Could it be better? Yes. So for me, I just take it with a grain of salt. Being comfortable is, I guess it's a state of mind because I still got to study. I still got to flip the pages. I still got to grind. So being comfortable in the offense is like, you know, you making your coach comfortable. You making plays, you getting open, you showing that you know what to do on a consistent basis, and you're making plays for your quarterback. I think it helps everybody out. So for me, I just say 5 out of 10 because you never want to get too comfortable. Thank y'all.
Well, Christian, let's just begin with how good did it feel for you to get out there, just start playing football again, and what was your day like as far as health and with the defense?
Yeah, I mean, it was great to get out there. Like I talked about earlier in the week, all I do and want to do is play football. So it was fun to finally get out there in a home game, and the crowd was rocking, and being out there with the guys, it was a lot of fun.
Raise your hand, guys. Mike, Reese in the back.
Christian, how would you describe Marcus Jones' play in terms of its impact on the game?
Yeah, I mean, he's a playmaker. Everybody knows he's a playmaker. I feel like once he took that first one back, and feel like it took all that energy from Carolina away, and you know, it just turned everybody up. It was great to see him make those plays because he worked so hard. But we all know what he's capable of, and it was awesome to see it.
Hey, Christian. Talk about coming back and facing someone like Tet McMillan, bigger receiver, young receiver, who can present some matchup problems. How good was that for you to come back and have to lock up against a guy like that?
Yeah, Ted's a great young player. I played him in college, so I kind of knew a little bit about him. We were in the same area in off season when he was training, so I talked to him a good amount. I mean, he's a great receiver. He's like you said, he's big, he's tall, but he can run good routes. He's pretty crafty for how young he is. And I mean, he went out there and we had a good battle, and it was fun. It was needed to see game speed again. I've been out there since a long time, so it was fun to get out there with Tet and all those guys.
Christian, thanks. Yeah, you talked a lot about how emotionally you wanted to get back out there. You're a football player and being out there physically. I'm wondering how you felt getting back out there and playing all those snaps today.
Yeah, I mean, it was anything can be a little challenging when not doing it for a long time. But at the end of the day, I've done this since I was 5 years old. So, kind of my mindset going into the game today was not really think of how long it's been and like that. Just it's another football game. Just go out there, be my 5-year-old self, and go out there and just have fun, have that joy of just being back on the field. So that's how that went.
Christian, following that up a little bit, how long in your mind is it going to take you? Even the best players coming back the way you have are going to need time to get up to speed, so to speak, in terms of being game shape, game action. How long do you think it's going to take you in terms of in games to get back to where you are able to play the way you want to play?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to just give a straight answer to that. I mean, I just got to get back, watch the film, and just take it week by week, day by day, and just make the plays that come my way. Be on the field for the defense, be on the field for the team, and just do what I got to do.
When you mentioned the challenges with coming back, like what are some examples of that? Is it the conditioning? Like what particularly do you find more challenging?
Yeah, I mean it's tough to not play for a long time and then go out there and I mean it was pretty hot today. I mean it was a pretty hot Foxborough day, but I mean it was great football weather. It's little challenges. I mean just getting your legs under you, just getting back in that rhythm. I mean corner's kind of all about rhythm. You just got to get in your groove. So it is what it is, and I'm just taking it day by day.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you all.
Offensive performance that would you like the most?
Oh, did I like? Oh, we score points. That's really all that matters as an offense is can you score points. So to be able to put points up and score in the red zone and complete passes was great.
What do you think kind of opened that up for you guys today, especially the amount of explosive plays that we saw?
Yeah, I mean, I got to go back to complimentary ball, whether it's on special teams or the defense making big stops. When we get the ball in plus territory, it makes it a little bit easier. And when you walk on the field, it's kind of like when the defense walks on the field and they're backed up on their own 1 or whatever. You get this confidence of like, hey, we can go score. We're on the 50 already. Like the end zone's right there.
Mack, what's it been like being teammates with Diggs?
Oh, it's great. He's a competitor. Plays really hard, prepares well, and it shows. I think a lot of times people can look just at stats and just say, hey, if your stats aren't good, then you're not playing well. But he works his ass off, and I'm glad to be his teammate.
How was he with the inspirational stuff before the game?
Yeah, he's great. I think he's played a lot of ball. Year 11, he's played a lot of ball and understands like, hey, this is what it's going to take to win. Like I'm going to push you guys as hard as I feel like I push myself. And he does a great job at pushing the guys.
Is that one of the best attributes of the offense? It feels like everybody has that desire to win, whether it's you blocking or DeMario Douglas opening up plays. Like those types of things seem to be kind of the signature of this offense early on.
Yeah, I think everybody just wants to win. Like everybody's hungry to win. Whether we're up by 100 or down by 100, everybody's still fighting to win it. Nobody just shuts it down. And that's great to see. Year 9, I've been places where sometimes it's stuff. Guys are like, oh, whatever, we lost this one. Oh, we won this one already. Like even this game right here, we're up by a lot, and a lot of people would say the game's over. Guys are still out there fighting for yards, trying to make plays, trying to make more X plays and stuff. So there's no quitting in these guys, which is great.
Are you seeing kind of the confidence grow each week for Drake?
Yeah, I think every week you're going to grow. Whether it's a win or loss, I think his confidence continued to grow just because reps help that. So seeing him be able to grow and see the field a little bit easier is always awesome.
How much of a spark did Marcus Jones give you guys? It seemed like that really set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, any special teams return is going to turn us up because it involves both sides of the ball. So offense and defense are off the bench, like turned up and screaming and yelling, and that carries over a lot of times. And you saw it today, it carries over, and then he almost got him another one, but didn't want to be the greatest.
Does margins of victory when you're trying to establish a winning culture and show that you can be in one of the better teams in the league, does that matter, or are you just looking for wins? But if they put together a dominant performance, is that helpful in terms of establishing culture?
I don't know, maybe. I think I've played long enough where a win is a win. You can take them. But, when I was younger, I would have probably said, yeah, that's great to win by 1,000,000 points. But as I've gotten older, I realized, listen, if you win, every team is good out here. Obviously, winning by, I don't know how much we won by, is great. But I'll take a win any day of the week, no matter if it's 1 point or 100. I'm telling you, man. Hey, we'll take wins out here.
How crucial did this one feel just before you get ready for primetime in Buffalo next week and 3 straight road games?
Like I said, I think a win's a win. Like I was saying earlier, I wish it was like T-Mobile and the points could roll over. But that's just not how it works in this league. So I'll just take the win and we go prepare for this coming up week.
Hunter, congrats on the big win and the touchdown today. Coming off last week's loss, how much did you guys just need a win and a performance like this today?
Yeah, I mean, needed to win at home, needed to protect home. Just obviously I dropped 2 at home and a team that was coming off a big win last week, so we knew we had to, come out ready to go.
Hunter, on the touchdown, were you thinking about going out of bounds, or were you always?
No, I'm never thinking trying to go out of bounds. I'm trying to score. I got to give credit to Pop and Diggs and guys down the sideline making big blocks. That's huge for everybody. I really couldn't have done it without those guys.
And one quick follow-up, could be way off on this, but after TreVeyon's touchdown, I thought I saw maybe you went to grab the ball, and if so, what was the thought process there?
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the game. Sometimes you don't know exactly who the back was, and I was looking at who it was, and I was like, man, I think that's TreVeyon. And I was like, man, I'm almost positive that's his first touchdown. So I was trying to grab the ball just to make sure, because I remember those moments. Your first touchdown is huge in this league. It's so hard to score. So a pretty special moment for him.
Hunter, Steph went for 6 and 101 yards. Just how good do you feel for him? And also, what's he been like as a teammate? We've heard some great things from you guys about him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that, we rely on heavily, a guy that has had a lot of success in this league. And for him to show up like he did today is huge. I think he's continuing to gain confidence just in his knee and just in the whole process of coming back from that, because I know how that process can be. I've been through it myself. But just awesome to see him out there flying around. He's been a tremendous teammate, a guy that a lot of guys feed off of, and brings a great energy to the room.
Hunter, there were 3 phases, obviously: offense, defense, special teams. They're all individual, but they're all together. How important is it on a day like today for the synergy of the team, where it's special teams that launch the spark that gets everything going?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously didn't start like we wanted to offensively, and then defensively really didn't either. But we have a special guy, Marcus, back there. Every time he touches the ball, we feel pretty good about there's a chance for an explosive. So I think the guys are pretty fired up to block for him. Those guys on punt return are making big blocks for him, and obviously he's pretty special once the ball gets in his hand.
Hunter, on your touchdown, was that the design of the play where it sort of looks like you're coming for a wham block and you keep going, or did you just kind of read Drake and find some space?
That was designed.
Anything else, guys? Got Mike Reese in the back, last question.
Hunter, just more big picture, some adversity last week based on the ball security. Just what did you observe as a team leader in terms of how you guys handled that?
It was back to work, man. And I feel like everybody, obviously, that was tough. What we did last Sunday, but I feel like everybody went back to work, and we were excited for the opportunity ahead. You know, we had to learn a lot and really kind of dig our feet in and learn from what we did, because that's what we put out there. But I feel like everybody attacked the week with a great mindset and was like fired up to get back out there today, because, you know, it was kind of a bad taste in our mouth, you know, with any loss, but that one especially just felt extra bad, just the way we played offensively especially. So I think everybody was ready to get to work and fired up to get out there today. All right, guys.
It was great. TreVeyon got his first touchdown. AG got in that zone. So it was a great day. We had 100% ball security, so we're going to enjoy this win.
How was that a focus this week? Can you take us through kind of your mentality this week and just how you address this?
I mean, it's complex but simple. I mean, it's just hold the ball. You gotta hold the ball every time you come up with it. Like I said, we held on to it today. Had no turnovers and got a big win.
You guys had some explosive runs. What did you see on tape that gave you the idea you might be able to hit some today?
I mean, we think we could hit some every week, honestly. But you know, just our run plays we had this week, just the game plan run plays, I'll say. We knew we had a chance to, you know, get in open space and, you know, hit some runs. And I think we all three of us really got in open space tonight.
Mike Vrabel mentioned how important it was for guys to protect the ball carrier. Obviously, not speaking for anybody else, but how do you just feel in terms of the ball carrier?
I think that goes for everybody though, Taylor. Like even me, like if I don't get the ball, I'm supposed to, you know, finish longer than the guy with the ball. But I feel like we made a step today. I feel like everybody was, you know, playing hard and played 4 quarters.
What makes this running record so dynamic or so unique? Because it seemed like all three of you contribute to the game in big ways and in different ways today.
Yeah.
What just about it allows you all to contribute on different levels?
I think we all feed off each other. I think we're all healthy competitors in there. There's no egos in that room. So I think that's really what it is. We're all happy for one another, and I hope to keep it going.
Rhamondre, is there extra satisfaction that defense put up a 0 spot last week? And that's hard to do in this league. For you guys to hang that many points on a defense that was coming off probably one of their best performances in a long time, extra satisfying for you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's always good to put up that many points and win by that margin. So I say we enjoy this week, or enjoy this day, and move on to next week.
Last time you guys put up that many points, you were a playoff team, your rookie year. Does that strike you in any kind of way? It's been that long?
Not really. We need to get back to winning and winning big, though. It feels good, so I'll say that.
How much confidence does it give you going into next week to have this win, big win under your belt?
Yeah, we won at home. Finally got that under our belt, so it feels good. But you know, it doesn't matter. Next week it's its own challenge, and we got to come ready to play.
TreVeyon showed pretty good leg drive. I think he got hit like the 4.5 and pushed his way through. Did you see anything else on that run, his first touchdown?
No, he was very patient, stayed behind his block. He read it perfectly, and you know, he hit the hole.
Thanks, man.
All right, yeah, appreciate y'all.
42 points is the most we've seen here in a while. What did you think of the way Drake was able to kind of spread the ball around to everyone on offense today?
Yeah, you know, Drake, man, he's a great leader, man. You know, he did a really good job today, and I know he'll thank the guys around, you know, just as a team, and the O-line up front. And so, you know, I'm really proud of Drake.
More touches for you today. How do you feel like you know, you've responded to a little bit, you know, bigger of a workload each and every week as we've progressed?
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing that I pray on is just that I embrace whatever opportunities come my way, and yeah, and you know, whether it's a little bit of opportunities, whether it's a lot, you know, just coming out thankful no matter what. And so I'm just going to continue to try to come to work each and every practice and just try to earn a role on this team, and whatever opportunities come my way, you know, just be grateful.
Marcus returned for the punt. Were you with the offense? Were you in the huddle? Did you get a good look at it?
Shoot, I grabbed my helmet and seen him make some shake, and man, he's such a great player, man. And just the punt return team in general, the work that those guys put in practice and how they handle business up front, they make his job easier. And shoot, he makes it look easy. Marcus makes it look easy out there. But yeah, I'm proud of those guys.
As a guy like yourself who has been a part of the return game and will be for a while, what have you learned from him in terms of, you know, kickoff return, punt return, and what's a key in order to make those plays happen?
Yeah. It's kind of like punt return, kick return. It's kind of different in some sense, but he's such a great returner. You know, there's definitely things that I can learn from him. You know, just the way that he make guys miss in the open space and things like that, and the way that he's decisive with his decisions. And so, yeah.
What can a win like this do for you guys moving forward, especially considering you have 3 straight road games in prime time in Buffalo next week?
Yeah, I think it creates momentum for us. But, we can't get too big-headed. And Coach Vrabes, he does a good job of just keeping us focused, keeping us humble, pushing us in practice each and every day. And so we got to continue to have a great week, great days of preparation, and keep this thing going.
You talked about Diggs a little bit. Drake said that he thought you looked a little bit faster out there. Is that the case, or is that the Diggs you see every day in practice?
I'm always seeing Diggs fly around, man. He backs up what he talks. He comes to practice each and every day, and I watch him work. And he encourages everyone around him, to work hard as well, especially me. He pushes me to work harder, and so.
I say it every week. It just be like the first 15, unscouted looks that they don't put on tape. Then after that, they go back to what they originally started running, and then we can start keying in on it. But like I said, we trying to start fast. They just did a good job of trying to keep the D line out the game. A lot of runs to the perimeter, play action, boots, quick game, screens, and quarterback getting the ball out. So, we did what we could try to affect the game, but I feel like they did a good job trying to keep us out of it.
Milton, what did the Marcus punt return do for you, the first one, as a group?
Oh, no, that was big. No, I was just saying, I was trying to block the punter. I think I hit one of my own guys, so I got to go back and look and see exactly who it was.
Woods.
Oh, it was him?
Yeah.
I just asked him. He said it wasn't him.
No, he ran right into you.
Oh, I was trying to get the punter, but I was tired, so I was just hitting somebody. We scored, so that's all that mattered.
Do you take pride in that one? It seems like they're trying to take the defensive line out of the game.
That's showing respect. I'm trying to make plays, though. I ain't lying. They brought me here to make plays and affect quarterbacks, and that's what I'm trying to do every week. Even if they try to take us out of the game, we still got to figure out a way to make something happen. I think we did all right, but there's more out there.
Yeah, individually and collectively, do you feel like Bryce Young was affected today by the pressure? Did you have him moving the way you wanted?
Oh yeah, no, they kept him on the move, kept the pocket moving. No, they wasn't finna just draw back and let us tee off. So it's good job for them.
How do you feel like your confidence has grown from that first game to where you are now?
I pride myself always being confident in what I can do and what I bring to the table. But to get a win, that's the most important thing. For us to get a win, get back in the win column. Got a division opponent this week, going up to Buffalo. Let's try to get one. Let's try to get another one and keep stacking them.
When I say confidence, I more mean like in this system and playing with the other guys, maybe just more as a group. How do you feel?
Oh yeah, every week we growing together through our practice. Talking to each other, seeing what we like, talking about how the team blocking us, what we seeing out there, and just being on the same page. It's always something we can continue to get better at, but you definitely see the strides.
You guys wore the T-shirts before the game to come out and play the way you did. Afterward, knowing you'd kind of sent him that message, does that mean something special?
Oh yeah, no, I know Big T. I know he was. We are praying for him. How much everybody in the building love him. Just the person he is, the coach he is. We wanted to go out there and make sure we put out a good performance for him. He at home watching. I know he's proud, so we was happy for that.
When you're looking to establish a winning culture, winning like this, a dominant game, biggest margin of victory in like almost 4 years, does that matter, or is it any win that matters? Does a win like this mean more when you're trying to reestablish this culture?
I feel like you can get a win whenever you're trying to get it. If you get a big one, that's good to show that we got the capability to do that if we play clean football. I know last week we didn't play clean and complimentary enough football to win the game. We harped on it all week, and you see the results today. So improvement, but it's a long season. It's only game 4. We just got to keep it going. You got to keep being consistent, and see what'll happen.
Say that again?
All right, how good does it feel to get a win like that at home? I don't think it's happened here at that margin since you've been in New England.
Nah, fact, man, it feels good, man. I can't stop smiling. It feels good, to get this done. Man, been a time coming, and I'm glad that we put it together. We put it all together: offense, defense, and special teams. Play complimentary football. Man, that's what I've been wanting here. You feel me? My 2 years, 2 and 4 games, man, feels good.
What kind of confidence does it give you guys going into next week? A tough opponent in Buffalo. Obviously, you guys will get to the film and everything. But confidence.
Good confidence, but just like say you take a loss, you on to the next game. We really built that confidence in practice. As you practice, that's how you build confidence for the opponent for the week. So I feel like that's how we're gonna build our confidence. I mean, we got confidence, but you really build it throughout the week practicing.
How awesome was it to see Marcus Jones' punt returns today?
Man, it felt good, man. He called it too. He might not say it, but he called it. He said, "Man, I'm gonna get me one." Cause we was talking about punt returns, kick returns, and we said how AG, had the kick return, and then we was talking about. I'm like, when you gonna have yours? Like, when you gonna get a punt return? I want to see it in person, cause he had the Jets the year before I came here, and then he got hurt the year I was here. Just to see him keep going, and the obstacles that he went through, and just to see him doing this, man, praise to him. He's been doing this thing.
What was it like to see the running backs have a clean game today after what they went through?
Yeah, man, good. A lot of things can knock you down. I love to see them boys, keep going. A lot of people not nice, and just to see them boys keep working, it was good to see them boys go out there and just handle that ball and do what I know they can do.
Your O-line looked good today. Like, is that the best you've seen them look in a while?
I see them in practice. In practice, they be doing their thing. So I mean, I wouldn't say the best they did, but they good. I mean, they did their thing today. I see them in practice every day, and I see that they work ethic. So I mean, this is not a surprise to me, should I say.
Was there something different about this week's preparation that made the offense click?
Nah, we just, we just stuck to our identity. We just work. Just that game last week, that hurt. Just because I feel like we were the reasons why, we lost that game. We hurt ourselves. And then, coming to this game, man, we just want to clean up those mistakes, and we did. We did a great job, clean up all those mistakes, and I'm proud of this team.